Hello everyone and welcome back to Frostpunk 2, where we have completed the intro and now we're kind of trying to help out New London. It's in a bit of a tough situation. So first of all we need to frostbreak to a shallow coal seam and construct an extracting district, channel the generator and also construct some new housing. That being said, I think all the space by the actual generator, if I can get the camera to cooperate, is pretty much full already. So we need to find some other place to put housing, but it's going to be fundamentally a lot colder. So let's start off by frostbreaking over to this coal seam over here, because that feels relatively important to do so. In fact, we'll unlock the majority of this coal, and we'll also start breaking over towards these abandoned ruins, get some prefabs, because I know that prefabs are important. So we'll frostbreak again, I think, if we can. We should have plenty of workforce available. We can't go over there just yet. There's also prefabs over here. We also want to be thinking about food as well, I imagine. So let's actually start frostbreaking over this direction as well. Make sure we get all our food up and running. We appear to not have enough food for the time being either. Yeah, so let's work on a food district, but for that we need heat and materials, which we don't have at the moment, unfortunately, because we need heat. Okay, so until we get our coal underway, there's not much we can do elsewhere. So we want an extraction district, and it's going to be up around here somewhere once our frostbreaking is done. So speed up time to get that frostbreaking done. Wonderful. And we're going to get extraction district down here. If that we can get a nice old big one going. And that should construct a really big coal seam district for us, so we can turn the generator. Then we're going to want to think about housing. We should probably want to do in these walls if we can, to keep things relatively safe in terms of heat. Yeah, housing district. So we can put one down here. 4, 5, 6. So we'll get that started. There is notable tension because of the fear of running out of coal and the fear of the cold coming in. We're just going to frostbreak over to these materials because I feel like we might need them in future. So we're going to frostbreak out as far as we can. And then we want to also construct another housing district. Yeah, we can't put one down there, unfortunately. So we're going to try and keep it inside the walls if we can, because it's sheltered from the wind. We'll just keep people generally very much safer than if we have to go outside. There is tension, but that's fine. The tension should go away soon. Once we've got all these things sorted, we'll speed up time somewhat. It's only 1916 in New London. The city is losing heat fast. Will the steward manage? Well, I hope to. We'll have to work quickly though. Right, so we've got the coal underway. Did you hear? The steward ordered us to set up a new extraction district in the canyon. Absolutely. That's deactivated. It's not finished yet, but you are giving us coal, which is excellent. So we're going to turn on the generator. As best we can anyway. Okay, generator, let's turn it on. It's going to give everyone some heat. Good work, steward. We have secured a new coal deposit. It's part of the last vein in New London. There are still some deposits left, but it won't last for long. We need to improve our mining to use it efficiently, but the city's communities are voicing different ideas about how to do it. We need to decide whose ideas are worth pursuing. We must choose a solution. Okay. So build a research institute and research an idea for new coal mines. Fine, we can do that. Research institute, where can we put you? Do you need to be attached to something else? Okay, requires 20 heat. It's got to go somewhere, hasn't it? So which isn't frostbroken, I would presume, anyway. Yeah, construct districts. Expand an existing housing district. Fine, we can do that.
And will answer personally in due time.
Let's have a look if we can expand things. But we're going to need to do some more frost breaking, I would imagine. So we're going to frost break around here. Get that done. So 640 weeks of current rate left, but that's going to change as things get inevitably colder, which we don't want in the slightest. Right, well, we need to get this research institute down. The question is, where do we put it? It can't seem to go in the middle here. Okay, I imagine it's presumably got to go on a frostbreak area for sure. Or you would think anyway. There are more coal deposits around, so we can keep on going in that direction. It wouldn't be a bad idea for us to do so. To unlock more coal deposits overall. Okay, that's fine. How's the frost breaking over here doing? Let's speed up time while we wait for the frost breaking to clear. There's also an event. Okay, people gather around the generator tower as it wakes with a thundering shudder and bestows heat on us yet again. This is the heart of the city, our last line defense against the cold, our first hope for a future. Any future. Steward. There's a couple who see their first child, a daughter, was born the exact moment the generator sprang to life again. They called her Lily May. They asked that you bless her. You give us hope back. Thanks to you, our child may yet have a future ahead of us. People are hopeful there is a future for them after all. May your life be warm and winds spare your paths. Okay, frostbreaking's done here now. There's also what I presume to be roads here, so Research Institute, can you... So how do we put down this Research Institute? We've got all the things we need. I mean, maybe we need more heat? I think we need more heat, fine. So we can put you onto emergency shifts. Which wouldn't be a bad thing to do. So we'll put you onto emergency shifts for now. Until we get our next coal line up and running. That gives us some additional coal stockpiled. We do have... we have additional output, don't we? So why can't we build this research institute? Let's try to work this out somehow. Okay, I think I've worked out what I need to do. I need to expand this housing district, and that's going to give me a building slot, which presumably will allow me to make the research institute. That's my thinking, I think, anyway. It's not overly clear, but we are trying to play this generally without a tutorial, so Okay, we don't need to expand it again. That's fine. We now have an empty building slot, so we should be able to... We should be able to build something there. So if I go here, go to Research Institute. Aha, it can go in there. Excellent. So Research Institute will be underway, which is excellent. 507 weeks of current rate for more coal. 6 registered as sick. Then we did also frost break some more over this way, so we could set up another coal mine yet. We probably also want to start thinking about like materials, about food. Food feels, you know, relatively important. So I'm going to set up an extraction district. Sorry, a food district over here. 4, 5, 6. There we go. And we'll probably need a storage facility, I would imagine. Yeah, food stockpile hub can go there, that's fine. That's cool, little trams running out there. I must say it's very different from the first game and how you must think, which is not a bad thing, it's just a different way of thinking. Right, over here we've got a new event, different ideas. A small crowd gathers outside the new research institute, arguing how to exploit the last coal veins. The stalwarts and the new Londoners want us to lean on machine-powered mining, but the Frostlanders would have us pursue a more frugal approach. They will never display such discord under the captain's rule. You have to choose who to entrust with developing their idea. Show me our options. So, we need new ideas to move forward. However, different communities may propose diverging answers to the same issue, or only pursue solutions that align with their worldview. Choosing a community to develop an idea will improve your relations with that community. Okay, so we've got coal mine. So this is the Frostlanders. So they would want mining operations where residual coal dust is sucked up and compressed into briquettes to make maximum use of the resource. So increase of coal output, but a slight increase in disease and material cost. The stalwarts and the New Londoners believe that operation using explosive drilling to rapidly exploit coal deposits generating noxious fumes, more coal output, more material demands, and also squalor demands as well. How many people are part of the city? So the stalwarts aren't that much of the city. New Londoners are 45%, and the Frostlanders are 43%. I honestly feel like we might want to go with the Frostlanders, which is probably not what I would have originally thought, but we're going to go with just coal mines. It feels slightly less risky, in my opinion. So that's the plan. Yeah, it's under research, that's fine. There's plenty of different texts we can do here, my word. But we're researching another idea at the moment, so that's fine. Okay, and we can indeed add some additional. We can add the newly researched building onto our extraction district. But for that, we're going to need to. I don't know if it needs an additional slot. We'll give it an additional slot if it needs it. I think at the moment we're okay. How are we doing for shelter? There's still some people unfulfilled. Can we expand this housing district out at all? We could if we did some more frost breaking, so let's do some more frost breaking. That's gonna hopefully be okay. 15% currently on our dust coal mine. I mean, obviously, like, inhaling coal dust is hardly ideal, but I feel like the explosives is actually going to be quite a bit of a problem, you would potentially think.
Beware of frostbite. Keep
Beware
your face
of frostbite.
and ears covered.
I do like the dystopian kind of view of things. It very much things I enjoy in these kind of games. That should, now this food district is online, that should buy us some time, or at least slow down any issues we were having with food. Materials. Okay. Shelter, food surplus, yeah. We might need to keep on working on our food extraction. We'll have a look. We don't necessarily need to expand it just yet, however. We can put onto emergency shifts. I'm not sure it's entirely at the moment, although that has increased our coal output. So I'm looking forward to this new research. I'm going to get a second extraction district down. I don't see why we wouldn't need one. And we will also probably get ourselves a council hall down as well, but I imagine there's going to be a purpose for that. Let's get another extraction district down over here by this coal. Let's actually hold off on that for the time being. We'll start up a new one over here. I'm hoping this is going to give us a bunch of coal, because it's going to, yeah, the deposit's going to have 300k in it, so that should really be quite useful for us, I would hope. Stewards, the New Londoners, and the Frostlanders. I'm not sure how many factions we should expect here, but I'm really hoping that yeah, I actually think the Frostlanders will be the people we're going to go with. Adaptation is the only way to live in the frost. So we can get some heat stamps, fine. Whereas these guys are more about progress, strength, reason. So I can mobilise some forces, fund projects. I can promote this faction, or condemn this faction to make them lose seats. That could be worthwhile doing. And the New Londoners, which are, I think, got a small percentage. No, sorry, the Stalwarts are the small percentage, fine. So they're going to be kind of the radical faction we're going to have to watch out for, I would imagine. Over here, though, we have another event. Abe Byron, who's a drill sergeant. It's good to have you back, old chap. It was a terrible fright to have you switched off. You're more than just a heat source to us, you know. To us, you're a symbol of what should be. Unbending, unyielding fortitude, where we all stand so bold against the frost. The generator is revered and respected by the Stalwarts. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, really. We'll have to see. So yeah, we need to up our coal production, because it would be great to have a stockpile up and running in case things go wrong, which I'm sure they will. This housing district here, I wouldn't mind expanding it as best I can. But we'll have to expand it outside of the... We can expand it there. It's still generally sheltered from the wind, so it's not a bad thing to do. So we'll get that expanding, because then we should be able to get this council hall down, which I feel like is important for something. We'll have to see. A few more people registered as sick, and we are running out of coal. But we do have another coal district on the way, so I don't think we need to particularly worry. In terms of building slots, I always press the wrong button there. Let's go for a council hall. Can the council hall go in here? I feel like we should have a building slot somewhere. Yeah, we've got an empty building slot. Ooh, to zoom in, that's cool. Well, let's carry on. Over here we have the Research Institute. Well, we'll see what the game wants us to do next in terms of the kind of ideas. We're at 70% for our research, so it's moving in the right direction. And our coal production should now be sorted, which is good. Goods is down, materials is going down. Food, we are getting some from our food district. We could really do with some more. So we'll go and get another on the council hall. We'll go and get another food district down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Get a second food district down and see what happens there. Of course, that's going to also increase our use of coal. This probably wants to be extracted as best we can, so we probably need to do some frost breaking in the immediate area, I would imagine. So let's clear out some more space. There we go. There's also some prefabs over here. How are we doing for prefabs? Prefabs, we still have 1200, but we could probably do with some more over this way. So let's. Oh, we can't. Okay, we can't seem to get over there for the time being. There are prefabs over here, though. Which we could. It would be much easier for us to get to. These ones over here, I would think. So get those being broken as well. And we're nearly at our research completion. Okay, so we've got the dust coal mine, excellent. So over here, yeah, extraction, dust coal mine requires 26 more heat stamps. Fine. We get 13 a week. And requires materials, but that's fine. What I don't know is if we need to expand this coal district. I mean, that would give us some additional bits, wouldn't it? So, which way can we expand it? We can't really expand it up this way, for sure. Once this frost breaking is done, that should allow us to actually increase the extraction, which is fine. So 1, 2, 3. That's going to expand. And that will allow us to construct the new research buildings. We need to watch out for the amount of coal left around New London. That's going to be problematic. Our research tree is idle, but we need these heats. Really, we need heat stamps for other stuff at the moment, I would say. So let's hold off, because actually we just used some, which is unfortunate. Individual contributions, unmet demand for goods. So there's still part of the resource that can be spent on frost breaking, funding construction, one other actions. Each community provides a share depending on its size. The bigger the community, the more they contribute. As the population grows, heat stamps income also increases. You can also request or donate heat stamps to communities and factions. Fine. For Frostlanders, I feel like we should. Do you want to give us some of these? I mean, you're neutral with us. We are getting them. We are getting heat stamps back, though. Let's not anger a faction yet, unless we need to, because I'm sure that time will come. We're actually in surplus food, which is remarkable. Materials, we've got another 34 weeks. Shelter we could definitely do with sorting that out. Goods we could do with doing, and also materials. Where is our nearest material? I think it's somewhere over here, isn't it, for us materials? So let's build an extraction district. over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That should give us plenty to go to carry on with, really. So we'll let that carry on. But that's going to keep using heat stamps. Do we want to annoy someone? Would you give us? You would give us 79 heat stamps. Sure. 6 leave and relations fall. They're still neutral with us for the time being, though. But I want to crack on with the jobs at hand, really. So I feel like you can definitely have your buildings down. Actually, you already had a building slot, so I'm not sure we needed a second one. But we'll put one down. Okay, so you can monitor the zeitgeist of your city in the bottom left corner of the screen. It means the spirit of time describes the direction of your city on 3 trees, or 3 axes even: technology, economy, and society. So it looks like we're working towards adaptation at the moment. Not so much tradition or merit, and I'm guessing that's going to contribute to either of these major factions. I would think, anyway. I'm not entirely sure, but this is more of an educated guess than anything else. So yeah, we definitely need to work on materials, but that's coming along. And then we probably want to work on housing. But the question is, where can we put another housing district? It's going to be relatively safe. It's going to require some heat, but that's fine. If we were to frost break here, we might be somewhat sheltered from the winds. Let's do that. As best we can, we will frost break over there. Don't have much workforce available, though. A place to settle differences. With a new mine, the impending doom of depleting coal is postponed. Yet differences between communities remain. The weakening captain wanted to establish a council to settle them. He didn't live to see it, though. It falls to you, steward. The people of New London want a say in how it's run. First decision, whether you should continue to lead the city. We need a council. Okay, so we need to build the council hall. Pass a vote of confidence. Gotcha. And where can we build this? This requires 56 more heat stamps. That's fine, we'll get some back in time. Question is just where can we put these down is my question. We'll have to find out. Coal is still surviving for the time being. We just search outside the city, that's fine, that will come in time. We've lowered the issues with the materials, it's still not perfect. We might want to go into emergency shifts. Trust is going to fall because of it. But it's going to make our materials a little bit easier. Or the burden on our materials a little bit easier. So I think that's fine. Interesting. So we need a few more heat stamps. We are about to go into a colder period though. It's not a whiteout, but it is definitely colder. 15 died, 23 got injured during emergency shifts in New London. Fine, we're going to turn off the emergency shifts here. They're no longer needed. But the coal districts will continue, I would say. We've only got so much more coal to work with, however.
It might just save your life.
Okay, we're up to 76 pre-heat stamps. We need a few more. Colder season heat demand is increased. That's going to knock our coal down, I would imagine. We seem to be surviving for the time being, however. Interesting. Okay, Council Hall. Let's get that built in the centre. And what do we want? Some prefabs? I mean, having some prefabs would not be a bad thing. We don't have that much available workforce left, however, although a lot of them are... I feel like a lot of them are doing useful jobs. I mean, some people are, of course, sick. We're doing okay for prefabs for the time being. Let's not rush ahead of things just yet. But we could do with more heat stamps to unlock more tech. Because none of this we can't do any of this without. Yeah, we need money, really. Also, they all want to take asbestos. They all want asbestos in their houses. That's remarkable. Probably not a great thing in terms of health, but, you know, yes, if it keeps the cold out, then in that regard, that's fine. Council goes for the first time, we can vote on new laws. First council session. Anticipation fills the air as the council opens. The captain ruled with a firm hand for years, but those times died with him. Now the communities of the city want their say. The stalwarts maintained order on behalf of the captain and adhered to what they claim was his vision for New London: progress, merit and reason. The New Londoners and Frostlanders clash over survival strategy, but neither has a firm stance on economic or social issues. There are those who view the stalwarts with contempt for their role in New London's history, but they keep to the shadows. For now. Based on your handling of the coal crisis, the first decision is whether you should maintain your role as steward. Let's have a look. Ooh, fancy cinematics. That's a cool picture. That's a very cool bit of artwork. So, when you return to the council in the future, you'll be able to propose new laws to vote upon, but for now, a special vote needs to happen. The communities in New London have to accept you as their leader. Be careful, if you fail, this will be the end of your rule. Right. People are divided. There's 24, 15 against, and 65. 65 hesitant. Do we negotiate, or do we just go straight to a vote? Let's negotiate. They're all open to negotiation. There's no real point going with the stalwarts, because I feel like they don't have enough delegates to really make it worthwhile. We'll go with the Frostlanders, because they seem like the sensible people. Adaptation. So my terms... vote for, and they have a term as well. Condemn the stalwarts. Doesn't feel like a very useful thing to do. Research the survivalist headquarters, base of operations, where staff officers subject handpicked scouts to intensive drilling and oversee exploring expeditions. Exploration time is decreased, territory threat level is decreased, or weather adjusted shifts. To protect worker health, workplaces must adapt working hours to their weather conditions. Production efficiency is slightly decreased, but so is disease. Well, that says we just have to hold the vote. It doesn't mean it has to pass. But I'll accept that, because that feels like a generally not a terrible idea. People are divided, but I think we can go to the vote now, because we've got 54. It would only result in a tie. Let's have a look. We'll go to a vote.
The proposed law has been
Okay. So we passed the vote of confidence. Whew. Assured you shall remain then. Good. There are challenges ahead. Expanding coal extraction is a great success, but the vein will only last so long. We need to explore the Frostland for a permanent source of fuel. Otherwise the city will have no future at all.
Have reached a decision. A new law takes hold.
Okay, so build a logistics district on an old way station. Where are the way stations? That's a way station, I presume. Yeah, old way station. So, we need to build a district there, but I'm guessing can't do that until we've actually frostbroken all the way over here, which is a little bit of a pain. Where's our closest waypoint district? There's one over there. It's probably going to be this one over here. So we're just going to break over there as quickly as we possibly can. We're not far off. So we'll get that frost breaking. Materials, we're still doing okay for the time being. We've got another 59 weeks of that. Just need to find a way to increase our workforce. We also have 39 weeks yet left to research weather-adjusted shifts. That's going to be... where's that going to be? Housing, geothermal plants, generator upgrades. Worker shifts, so much it's going to be this one over here. Weather adjusted shifts, yeah, so we need to research that. But I think the Frostlanders are people we can be friends with. So we just need to get some more heat stamps coming in. That's fine, I'm sure we can manage that. We've got to find a permanent source of fuel outside the city. Gotcha. We can't frostbreak the new area until the old area is done, so that's not great, but we'll manage. Speed up time. More people dying during emergency shifts in London. We can actually probably turn off emergency shifts for the time being. We're still making a surplus, which is fine. Obviously, we'd like to have more surplus, but surplus is surplus nonetheless. And I mean that less people die, which is, of course, important. Okay, let's do some more frost breaking, because we've got to get up to here. And let's also frostbite the rest of this area. Excellent. Get you guys underway. And then, of course, that uses heat stabs. We really need to find a way to deal with them. Is there a way to get more goods? So these are luxuries. They can be made in industrial districts. Gotcha. But we're already a little low on the old materials for the time being. But our materials are going to run out. We do really need to find a way to increase. We need to find a way to increase production on this if we can. I don't really want to put on emergency shifts if I can help it. We'll have to see. Right, we should now be able to afford worker shifts, weather adjusted shifts. Let's research that idea. And that will be our promise to the Frostlanders underway. They voted for us to become steward. I will repay their kindness in sort. Right, over to districts. We need an there's exploration district we needed. Logistics district. So we need some more heat stamps, fine. I wouldn't mind industrial districts, but we're quite low on workforce at the moment. We're just about keeping up with food at the moment, which is good. Materials, however, we will need to find a solution for as time goes on, I would imagine. What that solution is, however, I'm not entirely sure. let's keep time moving on. Okay, we should now have enough logistics district. Excellent. Get that built. That's going to take a lot of our workforce away. Is there any way for us to increase our workforce? I mean, I'm sure there's a law that we can use. Yeah, but yeah, pass appropriate laws. Fine. Is there a way for us to go back to the council? Yes, there is. Council's in recess for not too much longer. Yeah, I imagine the stalwart's going to prove problematic as time goes on. I would think. Okay, new law available. Let's come back here. Could of course add the good old sawdust into soup as we did in the original game, but let's not go to that straight away. I'm probably more concerned about workforce. Citizenship, labour. Voluntary and unfocused communal efforts doesn't yield any significant things for the city. Basic necessities. Food additives, goods. Goods, where I know we need somewhat. We don't make any goods at the moment, so it's hardly useful to me. Funerals, childhood. Hi guys, want to come and work? Oh, you guys are going to be against this, aren't you? Found apprenticeship. It's just apprenticeship. They don't need to go down the laws yet. We can negotiate this with the New Londoners would. The Stalwarts and the Frostlanders, however, won't. 43 and 12 makes 55. If we get the New Londoners to join, then we should be okay. If you were to vote for this law, what do you require from me? Enacts law city development effort. Main district produces a small amount of prefabs. That just feels like a useful idea in general, to be honest. Chemical hothouse, I'm less keen on, so we'll enact the law city development effort, because that feels like a useful decision anyway. And that means that this law would pass. So let's do that. And we're going to vote on family apprenticeship. It's not going to pass by a very strong amount. 69 passed, okay. Measure passes. Excellent. How long do we have to do this thing for the New Londoners? I know you don't want your children in the mines, I'm sorry. Genuinely I am, but we need workforce. How much has the workforce has actually given us? I think that was about 5%. So, yeah, the steward promised them some nonsense, so we're already starting to having some problems here. Deposits run low, coal is running out. Steward, some of the coal deposits in this district will run out soon. The Stalwarts and New Londoners believe they can use explosives to access deeper veins of coal. The Frostlanders, however, say we should send children from this ore in tighter tunnels. Some did this as kids themselves in the abandoned mine outpost and survived unscathed. Ooh, heavens. So, New Londoners and Stalwarts with explosives or children. Either which are going to have problems. Frostlanders, I'm trusting in you here. We can now survey the frozen lands around New London and find a source of fuel to ensure its future. Fine. Overpopulation and dwindling fuel reserves force many residents of New London to take refuge in these temporary shelters, built around a small hot spring. In its inhabitants wait for conditions to improve to come home. We take these, so these are more New Londoners. We'll give us some more people, but that takes out some of our Frostland teams for the time being. Presumably not forever though. So take them home. And we'll launch an expedition. We need to find coal. So foothills or Frozen Bay, or the Highlands. That requires more Frostland teams than we actually have. Dismantle piers, still stick out their ice. Possible findings, just some dwellers. Cores, prefabs, Frostland dwellers. We'll launch up to the... the area had a gold coal mine, yeah. Let's launch up to the foothills. See how that goes. I'm not sure how long it will take for these people to return home. These shelters were last used by desperate New Londoners who fled from the overcrowded city. They've all returned to New London. It's now a way station for our scouts. Fine. I think we've got more people in now, which is good. So weather adjusted shifts, we're getting there. I think we only needed to research it. I'm not sure we actually needed to pass it. 6 weeks of recess for now. How are we doing in terms of popularity? Probably not ideal, but we do actually have a few more. We have a few more people to work with now. I'd like to work on materials if I could. Getting another material extraction district down. But for that, it's going to require some more heat. How much more coal have we got here? Still got 60,000, which is a little while yet. Oh, we are... Okay, we've got a bunch more people, which is great. They've just arrived now. However, that's really increased our food, housing, and material surplus. However, we have met our demands with the Frostlanders. They are delighted that you kept your word. They're now looking upon your rule more positively and consider you a leader with integrity. It's progress. However, they are by no means the dominant faction anymore. The dominant faction is going to be by far New Londoners. I imagine they hold 59% of the city. So we're going to need to think about city development efforts. So we'll have to have a look at that. I can't remember if that might have just been a law, however. We'll have to see. We can also go back to the Frostland, but there's nothing more we can do with our 5 remaining Frostland teams for the time being. So, I think we'll leave things there. We've clearly got some economic problems that we need to work through now that we've got these additional population, or this additional population arising, and that's given a lot more power to the New Londoners. So we'll see how that affects everything in the next episode. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.